National Football League on EA Sports. And we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Titans and the Silver and Black coming up next.
Now, from the home of the Raiders since 2020, we're inside the spectacular Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson here in the booth. Partner, these are a couple of teams that struggled a year ago, finished out of the playoffs. They were under 500, but that's what you love about the NFL. A new season brings renewed optimism.
Absolutely, and really, Mike, a lot of new faces at critical places. I mean, there is a lot of new pieces to the puzzle here, both coaching staff and the roster of players. They believe last year is over. They do not think there is any correlation between the squad they're planning to put on the field today and that one that we saw really go through some growing pains and struggles just a year ago.
The kicker, Daniel Carlson, has this one teed up. And off we go from Vegas. Here comes a return from the 5. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Tennessee offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be let out by their quarterback, the veteran from Oklahoma State. It's Mason Rudolph.
The thing that has always really stood out and impressed me the most about this guy, Mike, is how steady and reliable he is anytime he's called upon. You know exactly what you're getting anytime he's under center. Maybe not the biggest arm in the world, but I'll tell you what, he gives you just enough to work with, and he is capable of getting the job done.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Rudolph going to throw right away. Connecting with his tight end, Okonkwo. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer, but they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
To throw is Rudolph. And that'll be batted down. Calvin Ridley was the intended receiver, and it'll be 3rd down.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
In trouble, and down he goes.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
So on 4th down, the Titans turn it over to Ryan Stonehouse to punt. Deep for the Raiders, it's Trey Tucker. A fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be let out by their quarterback, drafted back in 2019 out of Washington State. It's Gardner Minshew.
Don't let this guy's laid-back personality fool you, Mike. He is a tremendous presence to have in your quarterback room. Not only does he have the ability to manage the game at a high level, but your team has a legitimate chance to beat anyone in the league whenever he's under center. Now, I don't know if I'd classify him as a long-term solution, but he's certainly someone every franchise they would love to have.
A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. Working out of the gun, it's Minshew. He'll tuck it and take off. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
Marshall is on the move. He'll try and throw with Minshew. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
Great job here by the quarterback on 3rd and short, knowing that if nothing's there downfield, he can pick this up with his legs. And not only is he able to pick up the first down, he gets a whole lot more than that.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. On the handoff, it's Madison. Fighting off tacklers, pushing his way forward. Good gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, here's Minshew. Gonna get that complete. Jacoby Myers. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
It'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
They'll stick with Madison. And a good run there. Finds the lane, gets forward. Got 8 yards and sets up a much more manageable 3rd and 2.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the first down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage, and in a lot of situations, it'll get you the first down, just not here.
Again, it's Madison. He works free, right side. What a pickup, a gain of 18, and it sets up 1st and goal.
Over the last couple years, Mike, we've seen the trend in the NFL is that 3rd down has really become a passing down, but not here. Not for this team. They keep the ball on the ground. They're able to pick up a big gain. Fresh set of downs.
This opening drive going to form so far. Now they've got it 1st and goal. Here's a run. And he's going to lose yardage. How about the defense standing up in the red zone? They'll mark it at the 10.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give him another shot. Third and goal. Marshall is on the move. They look to throw it with Minshew. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
Carlson's kick is good, and the Raiders will take a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. This is fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Titans offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. Max Crosby, motor always running, gets there for the sack.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
The motion man is Boyd. On 2nd down, here's Pollard. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. Throwing, Rudolph. He's going to look for the home run ball. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you could see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. They run it straight ahead with Pollard. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Second down and 8. Again, it's Pollard. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. Third and 5. Back to throw is Rudolph. He's got his tight end. That's a Okonkwo. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
1st and 10, and they give it to Pollard.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Here's Rudolph. To the left side in the hands of Boyd. A pickup there of 13. 1st down for Tennessee.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Maybe a couple there. It's third down. Rudolph. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on third down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up fourth down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
Folk's kick is good. And the Titans will tie the game at 3 apiece.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
So the field goal ties things up, and we're back at it as this kicks away. On the return is Dylan Laube, and he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to take over for their second possession. They'll set out in search of a first touchdown in this game. Just a pair of field goals to show. It's 3-3 as they start 1st and 10. Now it's the veteran, Amir Abdullah. It's a pickup of about 3 to the 28-yard line. Second and 7. Straight ahead, here's Madison. And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line. Third down, 3 to go. Man in motion here is Tucker. Minshew from the gun on third down. He's got his man right side. It's complete. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. To throw, Minshew. That's caught. It's the tight end, Brock Bowers.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play, winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
On the ground, Abdullah. He'll get this up close to a first down as he's stopped just shy of midfield. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. Here's Abdullah, and he's not going to get the first down. Met and brought down in the backfield on 3rd and short. They do not get it done.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking first down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. Jaquan Jackson deep to return. That's going to be out of bounds, no return. And the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. Out comes the Tennessee offense. They get set to see what they can do. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with 1st down. They'll give it to Pollard to start this drive. And he's going to struggle to get back to the line, maybe a yard. Marcus Epps up from the secondary to make the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll run once more, and it's Pollard again. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. On the handoff, Pollard. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
We had a feeling coming into the game that they were going to get this guy plenty of touches, and you can see from this early success why. The defense is going to have to make some adjustments here because they have had no answers thus far.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Rudolph looking to throw. He's going to get it to Okonkwo. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a 1st down.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. So a field goal apiece here in that first quarter. 3-all is the score. And we're back in Vegas after this. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Up the middle, here comes Pollard. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. Now Rudolph. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
Nick Folk now on with the field goal unit. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Titans will take a 6-3 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
So Nick Folk back out after the made field goal. He'll boot this one away. Here comes Amir Abdullah on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. They'll start out first down and 10. Minshew gonna look to throw. Over the middle, that's the tight end, Bowers. And he's gonna get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass, get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. They're going to go play action now with Minshew. That'll be taken in. It's Alexander Madison.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
That's caught by Abdullah. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game, just one more thing for the defense to have to defend, make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that.
Trying to get it to his tight end, Brock Bowers. It's 2nd down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? The shotgun, a throw for Minshew. He'll try to run for it.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
On now, Daniel Carlson to try the field goal. This from an even 50 yards out. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Raiders will tie the game at 6.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
All square now at 6 aside as the ball's back in the air again. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Tony Pollard heading out with the rest of his Tennessee teammates for their next drive. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. The drive starts. It's a carry by Pollard. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Now they'll set up to throw. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Back to throw. He's got his man. That's Boyd. A great connection there. They're going to bring it down inside the 35-yard line.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. They send Ridley in motion. On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down.
We tend to make NFL offense very complicated, Mike, but sometimes it's as simple as this. Get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and just let them do the rest.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. He'll drop to throw. Connecting with his tight end, Okonkwo. And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4.
This play is actually really well defended here, but I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and this just supports my case.
The tight end, Okonkwo, is in motion. Quick hitting slant there. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Here's a 2nd and 6. A give to Pollard running right. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down. They'll try and run for the 1st down with Pollard. And the Titans are going to have 1st and goal coming up. They're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
They've got it at the 8, 1st down and goal. They'll run here. It's Pollard. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing in and dropping him for a loss.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. And that's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Good drive now faces a tough conversion. It is 3rd and long. To throw is Rudolph. Quick throw here is complete.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line. You know, I think it's safe to say here, Mike, as this offense leaves the field, they wanted to stay out there and go for it. But I think in this case, the coach is playing the long game. He understands that these 3 points now can end up being very valuable as this game moves along.
So Nick Folk back out after the made field goal. He'll boot this one away. Lobby now to return it. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Raiders offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Marshall is on the move. He'll get this out wide, and he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
Man, what a big-time play here by the corner. It feels like he knew that play was coming before the ball was even snapped. You can see he sticks his foot in the ground and bursts. He ends that play before it even has a chance to get started.
Here's a run with Abdullah. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. Man in motion here is Tucker. To the air on 3rd down, it's Minshew. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Here's A.J. Cole now. And he'll be looking for something a little better than that first effort, which he shanked. Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. The Titans offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. They send Ridley in motion. Back to throw here to begin the drive. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Back to throw is Rudolph. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
Quickly to the outside and complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. Good running there, getting close to midfield. Let's mark him there. And a first down.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Westbrook-Akine motioning here. They'll go back to Pollard on first down. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
Once you see that guy coming across the formation pre-snap, Mike, you have to be thinking jet sweep instantly. It's just such a dangerous play that always has the potential for this type of yardage, especially when he wins that race to the edge.
Here's Rudolph. He's got it at about the 8. And he's in. Nick Westbrook-Akine. Touchdown, Titans. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
The veteran Nick Folk here for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Titans add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. After the touchdown, out is Folk to kick this one away. Abdullah now to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense make their way out to take over once more. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground, and here's Madison. And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Again, it's Madison. And they'll bring him down around the 27-yard line. Quandre Diggs there on the tackle. Here's a 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Minshew. He'll try and get there on the ground.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
Here's their punter now, as he's on to punt for the Raiders. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Titans offense and Mason Rudolph heading out onto the field. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. First and 10. Rudolph. That was not what they were hoping for. He's going to go out of bounds behind the line. A loss on that one.
What they teach these backs is when you catch a check down, immediately try to get vertical. Try to put a hole in the defense coming to rally tackle. So give credit to the defense here. They strung this out and made him go sideways, and they forced him to go so far sideways, he went out of bounds.
Throwing, Rudolph. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll return to Las Vegas after this. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Rudolph looking to throw. A hit, and he has lost the football. And it looked like the Titans were able to get back on this one. Indeed, they did so. Tennessee keeps the ball. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. This kick hangs up, and a fair catch will be taken beyond the 35-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Minshew. This one into the hands of Marshall. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
That's caught left side by Bowers. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Throwing is Minshew. To the left side, it is caught by Myers. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the 2nd quarter.
Throwing it right into the hands of his running back.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Throwing again is Minshew. Over the middle, that's the tight end Bowers. And he's going to be taken down. Well, a chance to get right back in it here. First down and goal. To the air once more is Minshew. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Terrace Marshall. Touchdown, Vegas.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the fourth quarter in 2-minute mode. But let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
Daniel Carlson on to attempt the extra point. The kick is good. And the Raiders are back within a field goal. The lead is 3. Halftime, coming close, and not much time left as this one is kicked away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. So they come to the line for first down and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down. So we hit halftime, and the team heading to the visiting locker room. The Titans are on top as we send you to Orlando. We'll check in with the coach. Jonathan Coachman has the EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, we'll take it from there as we welcome everyone into our EA Sports studios and our halftime report. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. We're likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Three points, all that separates these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. Laube now to return it. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return. The home team's offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with first and 10. They'll run Abdullah. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate, and that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
A run here with Abdullah. And he will have the first down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chains.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on second down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
On the give, this is Madison. and he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, there on the stop. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll stick with Madison. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. The shotgun, a throw from Minshew. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down?
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
And no chance to down this one. It carries deep into the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense and running back Tony Pollard going to take over once again. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Pollard. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the 1st half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
Now Rudolph. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. Back to throw. Now a screen. Here's Pollard. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
They'll look to throw. To the left side in the hands of Boyd. They get 14 on that hookup. That's good for a Titan 1st down.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
To throw is Rudolph. There's that man again. Another catch. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Really nice job there defensively, playing the integrity of that zone defense so well. Anytime an offense is running these crossing routes or these underneath drag routes, they're trying to cause confusion with the underneath zone defenders. In this case, they all stuck to their reads, they all played their responsibilities, and they're not able to pick up any additional yards after the catch.
They need to get to the 29 here, facing 3rd down. The tight end Okonkwo is in motion. Open man, right side. He's got it. That one good for 18 yards and to the 18-yard line.
Well, the run after catch is certainly nice, and they're definitely going to take it. but watch the savviness of the route running. Certain guys just have a better feel for running these slant routes than others, and it's a nice result.
They send Ridley in motion. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
He'll look middle here, caught by Boyd. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. And that is incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
Another one through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Titans add on to their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So Nick Folk back out after the made field goal. He'll boot this one away. Abdullah now to return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The home team's offense back onto the field for their next possession. The deficit, 6 points. So a touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. The drive starts with a run by Madison. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. On the handoff, it's Madison. He'll bring this to the 40. That's good enough to move those chains. It's a 1st down. Here's Abdullah. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run up the middle. It's Madison. He'll take this ahead. It's a pickup of 3. The linebacker, Jerome Baker, there to make the play. Here's 3rd and 7. Now Minshew. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. A tight end in motion now. They'll give it to Pollard to start this drive, and he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll run once more, and it's Pollard again. And he'll move this ahead for about 4 yards. Divine Diablo there to make the play. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. Back to throw is Rudolph. He's got his man. That's Boyd.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a 1st down.
Up the middle, here comes Pollard. Taking on defenders, plowing forward. A pickup of 5. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet in bounds.
Well, that was a nice looking grab. Really nice footwork there on the sideline to stay in bounds, but after all that, it's still not going to result in very much.
They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. Here's Rudolph. He's got his tight end. That's Okonkwo. A gain there of 11. 1st down for Tennessee.
3rd down is when we see so many tight ends around the league really make their money. They operate in the middle of the field. They're a big, easy target for the quarterback, and even if they are covered, Mike, they're not really ever covered.
Westbrook Akine motioning here. They run it straight ahead with Pollard. And a nice run there on 1st down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2.
When they called that sweep, Mike, obviously they're thinking, let's pick up the 1st down. They didn't quite get to the chains, but I think they're going to be pretty happy with that gain.
The tight end Okonkwo is in motion. Throwing, Rudolph. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now Pollard. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever. Rudolph. He'll get this out quickly to Boyd. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough. A first down, so it's going to bring up 4th down.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The home team's offense ready to come back out for this next possession. This will begin at their own 13-yard line, so work to do starting with this 1st and 10. On the ground, Abdullah. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. Marshall is on the move. Here's a run with Abdullah. He'll bring this up to the 22. Amani Hooker there on the tackle. Third and a yard. They'll try and throw with Minshew. Gets that one complete to his tight end Bowers. 25 yards, the pickup there. Good for a Raider first down.
Now, Mike, I really like this game plan, right? The strategy on 3rd and short so often is, okay, just get enough for the first down. If you decide to air it out, everything short, get a fresh set of downs. They're saying the defense is going to pack it in close. They're protecting the sticks. So let's just throw it over their head and try to go for a big play.
Throwing on 1st and 10, it's Minshew. Looking middle, and he's got Myers. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll turn and hand this one off. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
This is a guy who's been doing it at a high level, Mike, for a long time. Not too many running backs finding success in the NFL past the age of 30. That's usually when they kind of ride off into the sunset, but as always, there's the exception to every rule.
They're going to go play action now with Minshew. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. They'll run right side with Madison. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back, but not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
Here's a screen set up for Abdullah. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. And it sets up 4th down. From the gun, here's Minshew. That's taken in. And they're going to get the 1st down. They were forced to go for it, and it's going to work out for them.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Straight ahead, here's Madison. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Again, it's Madison. He's down inside the 10. A gain of 4. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Minshew. Under pressure, and down he goes. They've got him back at the 10.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set of downs, you need a spark. You need something to change the momentum of the drive, and we'll see if that was it right there.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. The shotgun, a throw for Minshew. And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the 4th, but they will turn it over on downs. The Titans offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. Look wide, get this one complete, and they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Rudolph looking to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
The Titans punting unit comes out to the field as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Raiders offense about ready to take over once more. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground, and here's Madison. And he'll get this just past the 45 as he's taken down. Second down and 8. They'll run here with Madison. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. Back is Minshew. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. First time they've looked his way all game long, but he comes through with the grab and a 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
To the air on 3rd down, it's Minshew. Open receiver is Marshall. He's got it. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
And how about the poise of this quarterback? You find yourself down here late in the 4th quarter, Mike, facing a tough 3rd down. You've got to have it. But you know what? He calls the play, he breaks the huddle, and he's like, you know what, Coach? I got it. That's a big-time throw to now keep this drive alive as they go down looking for that go-ahead touchdown.
Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
To throw, Minshew. Now he'll run it.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Converted twice on 3rd down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a 3rd time? Now Madison. And the Raiders are going to have it 1st and goal. He'll take this one down to about the 3-yard line.
I think if that rush would have failed, Mike, I think they would have had an interesting decision to make come 4th down, but that's all out the window now. Nice pickup, sets up 1st and goal.
This is almost certainly 4-down territory if they need them all. Touchdown, extra point gives them the lead. It is 1st down and goal. That is caught side of the end zone. Michael Mayer. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The game-tying touchdown here in the fourth quarter and a chance to take the lead with the point after.
Mike, the sideline's going crazy with that late score, but they still need this extra point to take the lead here and see if they can hang on to this fourth quarter lead.
Carlson now for the extra point. The kick is good. Important one as they take the lead here in the fourth quarter. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. On the return, here's Tajay Spears. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. So they come to the line for first down and 10. The motion man is Boyd. Right away, they'll try a jet sweep. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. A throw right side, taken in by Boyd. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for the first down with Pollard. And a nice tackle in the open field limits the gain to only 1. The Titans sending out their punter. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the fourth quarter. The home team's offense and Gardner Minshew going to take over once again. Eddie has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Man in motion here is Tucker. They're trying to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll run Abdullah. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. Minshew. He connects with the open man. That's Myers. A pickup of 12 yards. First down, Vegas.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock, but the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the fourth quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that third down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up first downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. They'll go here with Madison. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
1st and 10. They'll stick with Madison. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Here's Minshew. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
Now Minshew. They'll try to set up the screen here. And it looks like he's going to have the first down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge first down conversion, fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
On the ground, it's Madison. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Two minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Here's a 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, here comes Madison. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. They'll try to keep the drive rolling, facing 3rd and 6. They'll drop to throw. Oh, and a crusher there. He can't get a throwaway, and he's taken down. So big kick coming now for Daniel Carlson. This to stretch the lead to more than a field goal. And this one right down the middle. It's good. So it is still a one-score game, but a little more breathing room now.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
Back out is Carlson following the made field goal, and he sends this kickoff away. Now return coming from the 7. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Out comes the Tennessee offense. They get set to see what they can do. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Now Rudolph. And the rush gets there. Down he goes.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
They'll come up now for 2nd down. Here's Rudolph. This one pulled in by Westbrook-Akine. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. The crowd cranking it up another notch before 3rd and long. That's deep, looking for Boyd. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation, and right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
The risk pays off to the tune of 16 yards.
And now, after that catch, they've got a chance here late, Mike. They've got enough time to try to move this thing down. I think they can win the game on this possession.
Back to throw is Rudolph. That's deep, looking for Boyd. And he's going to go all the way. How about some late magic? They've taken the lead here in the final minute of play. They find the end zone through the air. Greg, that is one of the most popular plays because it works so often.
You're right, Mike. We see it all the time. It's a 4 vertical concept. But the key is you've got to stretch the defense and put pressure on the secondary. That's exactly what they were able to do here. They take advantage, and they go deep for 6.
Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. An important extra point up and good, so the lead is 3 here in the late stages of the game. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Laube now to return it. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Minshew going to look to throw. He'll tuck it and take off. Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining on the clock. Second and 6 coming up. Throwing is Minshew. That's caught by Abdullah. Here's a big one. This 3rd down. They'll try and throw with Minshew. And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all he can get out of that one. Now timeout Vegas. That is their second. They only need a yard, and it's 4th down. They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. The pressure, once again, too much, and that should wrap this one up.
And what a stop by this defense. They know the opposing offense has to go for it right now. There's not enough time for them to get the ball back and get another crack at it. They're trying to get in field goal range, and what a 4th down stop to all but end this game.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Victory formation, defense powerless to stop. And that should just about do it. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So this one, a win for the visiting Titans. They knew this would be a dogfight away from home, and they were right, but they come away with a hard-fought victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.